Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back today for another video. It is that time of year. Cyber Weekend is coming about a week from today, so I figured, man, let's get this tradition going. I made for July weekend, I made a predictions video, and it was a lot of fun to make. And my predictions ended up being pretty good. It was pretty good. It's pretty much impossible to really predict what Kabam is gonna do. It's impossible to exactly predict every single item and every single offer and the exact amount, right? But I'm just gonna be taking a guess, trying to get close, and just because I've been playing this game for 4 years. I've met Kabam multiple times. I've been playing this game. I've seen all their offers. So all that information, it's in my mind, and knowing all that information kind of just helps me to kind of know what they're going to do. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but I have an idea, and we're also going to be looking back on past offers to get more of an idea, to see what they've done in the past, see patterns, and try to predict stuff based upon those patterns. So I don't really have anything planned. We're just gonna have some fun with it, like I did last time. So let's take a look at last time what I did. So here was what I predicted. These are my July weekend predictions, and as you can see, so I predicted a couple things like spot on. I said for 3K units would be a 6-star Nexus. I literally predicted that exactly. There was that. It was right here for 3,000 units. After the end of the unit bundle, there was a Nexus crystal. We also predicted that there would be a Nexus inside of the Odin, and there was a Nexus inside the Odin, so that was cool. It's just cool to guess and get some stuff right. But this year, for this month and for these offers, it's gonna be even harder to really guess, because what I was doing under the impression on this predictions video was for the unit deals, how it's worked in the past is there's been they did it like this. So it's 1,000 units, 4,000 units, and then 10,000 units, and they've been keeping that trend for a long time, and we're going to go under the assumption that they continue that trend. What they started doing was the 1K units was the same, the 4K units was the same, that tier, but then once it got to the 10K unit, it was separated into two different categories, and here it was Superior Awakening Bundle or Superior Rank Up Bundle, and they kept this for 2019, for July 4th and for Cyber Weekend. So I was under the impression of that during this predictions, but what they ended up doing was they made a Superior 5-star bundle and a Superior 6-star bundle for the July 4th for 2020. So they completely flipped the script on me. So it was impossible for me to guess that they were going to do that. And now what I could do is, again, I could be under the assumption that they're going to continue a Superior 5-star and a Superior 6-star bundle, but I don't think that's the case, because one massive thing has changed from these July weekend deals to now Cyber weekend deals, and that's ThroneBreaker is a thing now. All these offers before were the most they've been is Cavalier or Uncollected. Now we have ThroneBreaker, so that changes the entire meta of these offers, assuming that they're even going to make a ThroneBreaker tier of offers. Again, I'm under the assumption that they are, so we're going to have to take that into consideration with our calculations here. So what I'd like to first take a look at is some patterns. So we're going to take a look at 2019. So here's 2019, the July 4th offers. So we're just going to see how they advance from July 4th to Cyber Weekend, and then maybe see if that could maybe happen this year from July 4th this year to Cyber Weekend, if maybe it'd be similar offers, then they just got better, that sort of thing. So let's take a look here. So in 2019, we saw 2,000 6-star shards, 9,000 T5B, and a couple T2A, and then for Cyber Weekend, they kept the same formula. They increased the 6-star shards, the T5B, the T2A, and they added 6-star signature stones. So okay, and then for the Odin, they kept the Odin very similar as well. They had some T5CC, some T5 basic, 6-star shards, 5-star crystal. They kept that exact same formula. They increased the T5B to a full catalyst. They kept the shards the same, 6-star shards the same. They kept the amount of T5CC the same, but they just made it into 110% crystal. And the big change was the Nexus. Now, nowadays, this doesn't really seem like that big of a difference. Just adding a Nexus, but at the time, this was the first ever Nexus that we ever saw, and it was a really cool new thing. So at the time, it was a really big change. Looking back on it now, not as big. So, okay, but that's interesting. So they did keep the same formula, and they just pretty much increased everything. So that's interesting. Okay, and I honestly think that they might go back to this structure, a Superior Awakening bundle and a Superior Rank Up bundle. I think that they might go back to that, because I can't see them doing a 5-star and a 6-star bundle for ThroneBreaker players, because ThroneBreaker players, most of ThroneBreaker players are focused on 6 stars. So I don't see them keeping this whole 5-star bundle going. They could. I don't know. It's just a guess. So, but now do I maybe make my guesses with them going back to this? I think we should. I think I'm going to do that. So that we'll keep that in mind. All right. So that's interesting. And then so this was last year's Cyber Weekend, and then so this was the last offers that we saw. So it was a massive increase between these months. The 6-star shards, as you can see, went up by a ton in the Black Panther's treasure. They added the 6 stones got doubled, but they became class-based, which isn't good. I don't like that, but okay. And the T2A got increased as well. But the Odin was the biggest change, man. This was the fattest Odin that we have ever seen. This Odin is ridiculous. And there's also 20 generic Sig stones within that Odin. It's just cut off. This Odin was the best. If you were ever going to spend $100 on this game, this Odin encompasses the best value ever for $100 to be spent. It is a 6-star Nexus, almost like 1 tier 5 basic and 3/4 of another, 15% T5 CC, and 20 generic. This Odin was insane, man. So it's going to be pretty hard to predict. It's going to be pretty crazy if the next Odin that we get for Cyber Weekend is better than this. And I mean, it should be. It should be better than that. So that's okay. That one's going to be really fun. All right. Well, I guess let's start with the Black Panther's treasure and the Odin. So let's see here. So 12,500 6-star shards. That's so many 6-star shards. I can't see them going more than that. I can't see them adding more 6-star shards. Would they add 15,000? That's tough. I think it's either gonna be. All right. That's so tough. I'm gonna say. It can't go down, right? It can't go down. So between 12,500, just put 12.5K to 15K 6-star shards, or a 6-star Nexus. I feel like it's going to be one of those three in the Black Panther's treasure. I think it's going to be one of those three for the first part. For part 1 of the Black Panther's treasure. What else was there? So 20 6-star 6-stone crystals. So I could see that being increased to 30. Say so for next category will be Sig stones. I could see it being either 30 crystals. Let's put 6-star 6-stone 30 crystals, or just making it 20 generics instead of them being crystals for the second part of the Odin. And then T2A, I could see that being 4 to 6. T2A, anywhere from 4 to 6. And would they add anything else there? Maybe some T5CC? Maybe. Let's put T5CC, maybe T5CC, anywhere from 10 to 25%. And I don't see that being selective, just a crystal. Let's put crystal in there. I could see that being added. I think I'm fairly confident in that being in the new Black Panther's treasure, looking something along those lines. And of course the units. Okay, I think that prediction is not bad. Now let's move to the Odin. The Odin, man, is this one. Okay, this one's insanely hard to predict because because Kabam somehow has to top this Odin. Now, what I'm really hoping to see on Cyber Weekend is some crystal, some different Nexus crystals, like similar to the Abyss ones. I'm not saying for ones as strong as that, but maybe like 5 champion Nexus crystals, so 5 champions pop out, or class-based ones. So I'd love to see something like that. That's what I'm like. Ideally, they could give a 6-star Nexus class selector, and it could just be like 3 to 5 characters, but you pick the class that you want. I'm hoping to see something like that. That's more of wishful thinking than a prediction, but we're gonna put it on there because I could see it happening. So 6-star Nexus. I think there'll be some sort of 6-star Nexus inside the Odins, unless they go for an Awakening Gem, which is a possibility. But let's start with the Nexus. So 6-star Nexus, but like I said, they have to up the ante on this one. So I feel like they're gonna make it better. So maybe with 5 champions, or maybe class selector. Selector. I think it could be something like that. Yeah. So I think that's what the Nexus could be. Again, it's insanely hard to predict exactly what they're gonna do. So I like to kind of guess, give myself a couple of leeway. You know, it could be this, or this. It's you can't just say for sure it's gonna be this. All right, and then I think there's definitely gonna be some T5CC. I think it's finally time to see selectors. I think it's finally long enough. They've been offering selectors in offers. That's a very weird statement. There's been deals with the selectors, and there've been a lot of them for just straight up for money. And I think they're really bad offers because I feel like we're gonna see way better value here. So I think we could definitely see selectors here in the Odin. I'm thinking it's hard to say an exact amount, 10 to 50%. Honestly, I could see it being any one of those denominations. Selector. It's tough to say exactly. I could see it being 10%. I could see it being 15%. I could see it being 25%, and at most, I could see it being 50%. I don't think it will be 50%. If I had to guess, I'd say in the middle, like 25% or so. But up to 50. I don't see it going over 50 because you can buy the Odin 3 times. So if it was 50, that'd be one full T5C that you select and half of another. So yeah, 10 to 50%, and then maybe a T5B. Maybe they'll keep a T5B in there. And then some Sig Stones. I think 20 to 30 generic 6-star stones. Don't really see it being more than 30. I can't even see it being more than 20. Only reason I said is because there's 20 in this one. Like I said, it's just cut off. And they could also take another route with the Nexus and have an Awakening Gem. I don't think they will, but I'm going to write down unlikely, but it's possible. It's possible that they could have the Awakening Gem in the Odin. I'm trying to think if they would put anything else in there. I don't see them putting really anything else. Of course, like some gold, but yeah, I think the Odin's gonna look something along those lines. So this is what I'm thinking for these offers, guys. This is all what I'm thinking here. Something like this. Now, let's move on to the unit ones. The unit ones are way harder to predict. I feel like this is a pretty good prediction for those money-based offers. So now the unit ones. So let's try to follow this format and go for an Awakening one and a rank up one. So let's give that a try. Let's go rank up, and then tier 3 10k unit awakening bundle. Okay. So let's take a look at the past ones here. So for the awakening bundle, they had an awakening gem, of course. A rank up gem 4 to 5. Okay. 10 tier 1 alpha catalysts. 120 sig stones. And then for the superior rank up bundle, they had 2 tier 5 basic catalysts, 20,000 6-star shards, 10 tier 1 alphas, and 50 6-star signature stones. Those were a lot of 6 stones. I definitely think we're going to see a fat amount of sig stones in one of them, probably in both of them. So for the awakening one, definitely awakening gem, of course. I think this could be a 6-star generic. I think it's definitely possible. We're going to see a 6-star generic awakening gem in here for this Cyber weekend. It's not going to be in any of the unit packs, I don't think, but I think it's definitely possible at the end of the unit offers here. So I think this could be the big ticket seller for choosing to go this route. And then what would they put in the rank up bundle then to make you want to buy that though? In the rank up bundle, I could see there being a full selector. That would make it a real Sophie's choice. A full T5cc selector. Full. That would make it, these being the big ticket item in each 10k offers, would make it kind of tough to pick which one to go for. So I could see those being the big sellers. And what else would there be then? Maybe a rank up gem for maybe there could be a rank up gem 2 to 3. Would it 2 to 3 be in here? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe a rank up gem 2 to 3. No. Or would that be in this one? Maybe a selector or a 2 to 3 rank up gem? I don't know. Yeah. And then for here, maybe there'd be a T5cc crystal. Maybe 1 to 2 of them. 1 to 2. Like a full crystal, but it's, you're at the mercy of RNG. I could see that maybe being the case. Oh, this is so hard to predict, man. Who knows if they're even gonna follow this kind of format? I don't know. They could. I don't see them doing a 5-star bundle and a 6-star bundle again for ThroneBreaker at least. That's so tough to say because they did have a rank up gem crystal of 1 to 2 here, so that they could now have a 2 to 3 one. That's so tough to say. Here there's only 25 6-star signature stones. It's actually pretty low because here we had 50 of them, which is kind of weird. So I definitely think there's gonna be 6 stones. Maybe one will have generics and one will have class. It's so hard to say. Let's see. Let's go 100. No, 80. Would there be 80 generic 6-star sig stones? And then here, let's say 40 to 100 sig stone crystals, 6-star. Something like that maybe, because for the rank up bundle you'll still get some 6 stones, but for the awakening bundle it'll more focus on generic ones. Just a thought. What else we got here? Probably some T5B and maybe more 6-star shards. Maybe some T5B for sure somewhere, probably in both of them. And I think one, or maybe one of them will focus more on. Oh, I just had an idea. Oh, I just had a really good idea. Maybe there'll be. What if there was 3 different choices for the 10k units? Or what if one of the choices was more focused in champion acquirement? Unit offer for maybe champion acquisition. Is that spelled right? That was not even close to being spelled right. Thanks, autocorrect. Maybe there'll be one of those like Abyss Nexus type crystals, Star Nexus, or a variant of that. Maybe a lesser variant. Maybe 5 champions. Maybe something like that. That could be pretty cool. And of course, they would have other goodies too. Sig stones, some T5B, some T5CC. No idea how much, but maybe that's what it could be. I don't know. It's so hard to really guess. I'm sure there'll be some variation of the items I've listed, but yeah, you never know. And then let's put down the add-ons. So what I mean by add-ons is here. There's like extra stuff here once you spend your 15k units. These type of deals. So this was interesting. I guessed bang on the money that there was going to be a 6-star Nexus for 3k units. And I had the thought of there being a 6-star Awakening Gem Crystal on July weekend, but I didn't think they'd sell it for 3k units. I figured that's not enough, so they sold it for 6k units, which is interesting. So I guess we should just maybe they'll sell a T5CC crystal for 3k units. So unit deal add-ons after purchase. I'm thinking for 3k units we could see let's just put 3 to 6k units. I'm not sure exactly what they'll be valued at. I could see a 6-star Nexus for sure. Maybe one of those class selector ones. Maybe class-based. Who knows? I could see another 6-star Awakening Gem. I could also see T5CC Crystal or 25 to 50% Selector. I don't see them offering more than that unless it was like 6k. I think 25 to 50% is a safe guess. And I don't think there'll be a generic. I mean, maybe they offer generic after buying it all for 6k units. Maybe generic Awakening Gem 6-star. Maybe this one is unlikely, but you never know. And what else could they have as an add-on? I don't see there being really anything else, any other really big ticket items. So I think that's pretty safe to say. So yeah, I think this is all of my prediction, guys, for Cyber Weekend. So if you skip to the end, it's fair enough. This was 20 minutes. I like to do this just kind of on the spot with you guys, give you my whole thought process on how I really think of this. But if you wanted to just skip to the end to see the final predictions, well, here you go. This is what I'm thinking. Of course, there's no science to actually guessing this. It's all hunches and trying to predict patterns that Kabam has shown in the past. But it's really hard to say. But it's cool though, because once we actually see the deals, we'll be able to come back here and compare to what I said. So I'm interested to see the deals. I'm going to be buying all of the unit ones again, of course, because I'm a big blubbery whale a couple of days of the year. And we should hopefully have a big crystal opening if we got the Nexus stuff. Shard wise though, we're going to save the 6-star shards for the next featured crystal, which I believe is December 14th. So we will be saving any shards that we acquire, 6-star shards. But yeah, the rest will be opening. Hopefully get some more 6 stones, Awakening Gems, look forward to it. And hopefully some really thick Nexus crystals, like Abyss ones. That's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, that's going to do it for the predictions video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think I'm on the money. Let me know if you think I'm super far off. Let me know what you guys are predicting. I'll be interested to read it in the comments below. We can all brainstorm a little bit more. But that's going to do it. If you enjoyed, drop a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Stay tuned for when we look and review the actual offers and open them up.